Hello, and welcome to another culture foolishness. It's kind of interruption to your regularly scheduled programming because BMF is on a break this week and we was gonna take a break, but
We're still
things
taking a
are
break. We're
th-
taking a break from BMF
oh
and
yeah.
Lucille and all her foolishness and that Henry nigga, them, they, whatever. We're taking a break from that this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, because Kendrick and Drake have declared World
War.
War Three on each other. So we decided we was gonna put our 2 cents in on that. So without further ado, I am Creed, of Exodus Studios and architectsofmars.com, and my co-host is
Coach Tamara Simone, your favorite life coach's favorite life coach. You know.
Show You Right. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the music world. Honestly, this is like a preview of what the podcast really will be because these are the type of things we will talk about. But I felt like, in terms of wanting to get this out timely, we were just going to use the format we've been doing with the show recap so we can get this out immediately because these niggas dropping songs every 5 minutes, so we got to keep up.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been an interesting battle thus far. First it started pretty
Mellow.
normal, well, not mellow, but normal, like dissing people's, street cred and other, normal hip hop things. But it has gotten a little intense as far as the accusations that are getting thrown around. I mean, basically Kendrick is saying things that can really put Drake in prison at this point. So this is
Just
pretty
incarceration. And
pretty
he ain't built for incarceration.
no,
Let's be
no,
clear.
no,
Most of us aren't. So it's not
no.
even a diss to him for real. Most of us aren't built for incarceration. I know I'm not. Um, and he's not either. And that's okay.
Right. Totally fine because I don't want to go to jail either, like at
I
all, not even a
don't
little
want to
bit.
just be up in there like getting in how I fit in. I shouldn't be partaking in any of that. But yeah, so yeah, Kendrick is saying some things that can lead to incarceration. It's giving Robert Kelly. Um
Yeah, very heavy. Robert Kelly, dashes of
Harvey
Bill
Weinstein.
Cosby,
Yeah,
Harvey
it
Weinstein. Yeah, this is not looking great.
Epstein, like it's giving those people heavy.
Yeah.
And Aubrey is countering with some allegations of his own that, if we're gonna be real, can also land Kendrick in jail. No, it
Yes,
can.
yes,
It
but
need it would need assistance, but
yes,
it could get
yes,
there.
yes, exactly. I was gonna say like the party that's the victim have to be pressing for them more so,
Hey,
which clearly we ain't heard about it till some other person that said something about it besides
there
like,
was little
a
reminiscence
little
of
bit.
it.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it, got quieted down, obviously. But Drake was like, well, since y'all talking shit, let me dig this shit up. But just to like backtrack a little bit, obviously this started with the Metro Boomin Future album, the song Like That, right?
Hmm.
Where Kendrick basically was like, first shots was from Kendrick, which first obvious shots apparent, clearly if you've been listening, it's been these little sneak disses and subs for years, with all of them for some reason, but I don't know what has happened to really push Kendrick to the point he is now. Because honestly, this feels a lot more personal on his behalf. Like
Yeah, and
Drake
maybe
is Drake is countering and trying to, save face, but it doesn't feel like the same like I hate you energy that's coming from
so.
Kendrick.
Couple of things. One, me personally, and I'm so not afraid of being oblivious or naive to certain things. The whole like F a big three is just big me. I didn't think that was much of a thing to initiate all of this. Again, that's just me. I could be naive and oblivious because I just don't understand why someone feeling like they the best to do it is controversial, seeing as how, especially in the game of hip hop, is very ego led, and you're supposed to think that you the number one and not the number two. But again, I can be very oblivious, and it can be very much so like, no, that may be what you heard, but that ain't what he meant. All right, I'm not here to argue with your people. I'm not
Well,
here to argue with you people on the internet. Because that
well,
was kind of the big bar that was kind of like F a big three is just big me.
right.
And it was just like, oh damn.
Yeah.
And I was just initially I was just like, I don't see what the thing is, because is he supposed to think that he's not the one and not the two? Again, I don't, who am I?
First of all, he said more on that
Okay.
song than
Okay.
that.
I
But
I could have listened more.
that was the punchline of the things that he had said leading up to even that line.
Hmm.
So but clearly Cole and Drake felt slighted because Cole made a rebuttal before Drake did.
So
And
here's the thing that I want to speak about pertaining to Jermaine.
mhm,
I don't think Jermaine felt slighted. I think people got in his ear saying you should feel slighted.
maybe I think that he could have felt slighted on his own based on what was even said. I don't think that he's that, I think that he's smart ultimately, but I don't think that he's so perfect that something that could insult him, he could take offense and then react to it.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but like even the worst rapper is like, I'm the shit of all these niggas. Like it's like, what are you supposed to say as a rapper? Are you supposed to say like I'm nice, but I ain't such and such though? Like no, even if you don't fully believe it on the track, you supposed to be like, no, I'm the best to ever do this shit. So
Yes.
I just, and like from the Cole standpoint, one thing that I appreciate this at this point of where we are is that when Cole backed out and explained his reasoning behind it, I was 100% for him for a couple of reasons. One, he ultimately stated that, at the end of the day, I don't have peace with this. And fuck y'all feelings. I'm all for people having peace of mind, because at the end of the day, if this is keeping him up at night and you niggas are sleeping peacefully, then it's not a move. So for him to say, I'm gonna back out because this is, what I'm saying, like, I felt like he stated something to the effect of, people got in my head and I just ran with that shit, and that's not what it is. So that was the first thing, the whole peace of mind thing, to where I was like, okay, I respect it. And second of all, if you were a Cole fan before 2019 in any capacity, this nigga didn't sit his ass down because he can't compete. That he really set his ass down because he like, nah, y'all got it. Not because he can't be in it with y'all, but
Nah,
because he chooses to not be.
he knew. I feel like now on the back end of all of the things that have come out, he knows them. We think we
We
know
do not,
them
right? We
through
do not.
music and all this other shit and speculation. He knows them personally, has hung out with them personally, hung out with Drake, probably way more than Kendrick. He
No, I think he
knew
hung out with Kendrick equally the same.
just
No, because
because
him
of
and No, because him and Kendrick go back. Like
I know, but I'm just saying that. Well, okay, maybe equally, but definitely recently he's been with Drake
he
more
has been with
clearly.
Drake recently, yes.
So I say all that to say he knew what the storm was gonna be. And one thing about Aquarians, we're very, very private people. And he did not want his bullshit out in the streets dealing with these messy ass niggas. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna head out right now. My bad. I was tripping. I'm gonna go over here and then I'm gonna just make arts and crafts with my children. That's what I'm gonna do.
If you need me, I'll be riding my bike along the lakefront.
Mm-hmm.
You can you can email my manager and he will two-way my right hand, and when I get back from my bike ride, then he'll give me the cliff notes of your two-way. Is essentially what Cole was on, and I respect. It's funny because now the internet is like, Cole, we owe
He
you an
wait,
apology
sorry, because
because you moved
you
right and
yeah,
we were wrong. And for me, I'm always like, if you're talking about celebrity dealings, then unless you sitting in the room with these niggas, then you wild for talking about something that you heard on the Shade Room with TMZ.
right,
Like,
because you
like,
don't know.
okay, correction. It's not that you wild for talking about it. It's wild for you to hold on to it like it's the gospel. Because
Right.
again, unless you was in a room with these niggas, you do not know. So to sit around arguing with a bunch of other people on the internet who also don't know about some people that you don't know and don't have interaction with, and you're only getting what the media allows you to get, and then running off on the plug twice, like this is what it is. That's wild to me. I speak on what is provided by the media, but I don't hold on to it like it's the gospel, because it's always three sides of the story: one person's side, the other person's side, and the truth. And the only way you get the truth is really if you in the room, and nobody's in the room, not even TMZ.
Yep.
Like, even the information that TMZ and Shade Room
The
is
second
getting
hand,
is yeah, it's
third hand, fourth
circumstantial.
hand.
So it's like y'all really be holding on to this like it is the gospel, like it is from the Bible.
Well, I mean, shit, if we want to take, so I wanted to wait, maybe I'll wait on this take because this is kind of like the overall take, but I want to go more into detail of like particular songs. So, of course, the the next joint was what was the first song that
It's so many.
Drake made?
Well, Drake did these joints, he brought in the AI with Tupac and Snoop voice.
Yeah, that one was
And
crazy. And then he had one before that that was like
cool.
cool. And it was like basically addressing the shit from like that more
Yes.
so than anything. Like, well,
Yeah.
we tried, now I guess you don't want to be in top with us, whatever. And basically was the sentiment of that. And then obviously the joint with Drake with Tupac and Snoop was mad disrespectful to both of them.
Yeah.
Pac being dead and Snoop being alive, because he got up the next day. It's like, what, who, and a what now? I had my silk joint keeping my hair together, and I wake up to
Right. He
this
was like, nigga, I
nonsense.
was sleeping on my satin pillow. Like, what the fuck? I'm over here minding my unk business with my wife, aka auntie. Like,
Mhm.
nigga.
Right.
Um, that was it. I think if, and not
Oh,
that it was,
push-ups. That's the one
yeah,
that the first one that Drake put out.
not that it was okay to do that in any capacity, but if you were gonna do it, you could have at least gave Tupac's flow. That was your flow with
Yeah,
Tupac's beat,
which is
and
weird.
and nobody really liked that. And
Yeah,
that's where that cease and desist came from. And if you want to insinuate that it came from Kendrick, well, good job, Kendrick.
yeah.
Because one thing niggas don't play about is Tupac.
Yeah, that wasn't cool. I couldn't
And
like I was
I'm a Drake fan, but we don't play about Tupac, my guy. You gotta
yeah,
relax.
I wasn't feeling that at all. I was like, Push-ups had his little funny little parts or whatever, had a little good, little cool little beat or whatever, but when Kendrick was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna let that marinate for me and let you do your little thing," Euphoria come out. That's ignorant. That beat was
And you know
crazy.
what? I appreciate that he let that thing
He gave it
take a
some,
while.
yeah, he gave it
Like,
some room.
like people was like, "Oh, Kendrick on the clock, nigga, you taking too long. Drake won. Why you scared?" First of all, these are unemployed broke people.
Yeah.
Let's be very, very clear.
Hmm.
Let's be very clear. These are unemployed broke people, and that's okay. Niggas with jobs be broke too.
Paying these
Niggas,
bills.
you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's like it's okay if you unemployed and broke, and we understand that that's why you on this internet talking so crazy because you literally have nothing else to do. Um, but Kendrick came back and proved that not only can I come out with some heat, but I could come out with it. I could slap you over the head repeatedly with it. If
Hmm.
I want to, then yes, I can drop something every 2 hours. I don't because I choose not to, not because I'm incapable of doing so.
Right. So even in the Euphoria song was really the setup of all the shit that came after. Cause even lines in that he was like, "Oh, I like that back to back. I think I'm gonna do the same thing," type shit. And then what he do? Bop, 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 bop. Just hitting him upside the head. That meet the gram shit, Lord, just decimates this man. Then I mean that's the one that was talking about all the accusations basically. So it's like, and see, that's my thing is this, and this is where I'm kind of torn with it because it's like Drake trying to play the we having a hip hop battle game, and Kendrick Lamar is talking about shit that's like real, real, extra real stuff, not just personal real stuff, but real stuff that like again has legal implications, all of that. And to me, you know, I'm a conspiracy theorist type person. Like that's just the type of person I am. My sister will co-sign that. I mean, even when I was in high school, I'll be watching documentaries about
Before
this
that,
stuff.
before that, but
Oh
yes,
yeah, yeah. Even before that, yeah,
yeah.
2020. I was watching 2020. Like I couldn't wait for TJF to go. I was like, "Where's Barbara Walters? Fuck Urkel. I want to see the T. What's happening in the world?" So this is when
The
I was
the
like
nerve,
10.
the
So it's
nerve,
been on that.
the
So
nerve. Because shame on you for saying fuck Urkel.
I mean,
No, no,
that's
no.
how I
Jaleel
felt.
White, you're my guy. I'm watching
Mhm.
Family Matters right now.
Well, yeah,
Go ahead.
she's a fan.
Go ahead. Okay.
But as
Continue.
far as this whole thing goes, I personally feel like the powers that be called the big guns in hip hop and was like, yo, we need something to bring some interest to this because 2023 was the worst streaming year, sales year, all of that for hip hop since it has become a sales juggernaut. It was like the worst year, and they want to create buzz. And how
I
you gonna
definitely
create buzz without the biggest people? Like to me, this is like WWE
no,
in a
I
lot of
agree.
ways.
I agree. I so like depending so over the weekend of Cinco de Mayo, depending on when you're listening to this, um, if you looked at timestamps and paid attention in any capacity, then you may notice that Drake dropped a joint, and then literally within an hour, Kendrick dropped a joint addressing everything that Drake said. And maybe I'm ignorant. I'm fine with that. But was this nigga like sitting in the studio waiting, and then he listened to the whole shit and wrote down everything and recorded and mixed and what I'm saying, got everything finalized and I don't think so, because the turnaround was too quick for
Mhm.
it to be something that was a rebuttal. It A lot of this feels very planned, in my opinion.
Absolutely,
Like, and when
absolutely.
I say like, I mean like that was planned, and like fake rap beefs are a thing. Like, not
Oh,
every rap beef is fake, but there's some that's just like, nah, we just gonna, get on here and go back and forth, and what I'm saying, run up the bag because such and such is paying us however many M's to do this, and then in about 3 months, then it's gonna be all love,
mhm.
and we just gonna, first of all, we've been cool the whole time, and we still cool the whole time, but in 3 months is when we gonna be like, no, it's all love, and we're gonna publicly denounce the beef that we create. It's cap. So
It feels very cap, and I know this part of it might be divisive towards people because I know people want to believe what's put out in the media and all of that stuff. I personally think it's some bullshit.
but on
I've
the contrary,
what you mean?
the uh what is it, they not like us, that shit is bopping.
Oh, see, that's the funny part. So that song is funny
Bop.
because everybody was like, well, all these jazz tracks and these slow ass songs. He's like, oh, okay, I got a bop for you. So I'm gonna have niggas dancing into your demise, like literally crip walking, talking about OV ho. Like
Oh,
this gonna be a tough summer for Drake because
oh,
that
bop.
song about to be going hard all summer. And I'm in LA. I know this shit about to be a fool in the hood. Like
I feel so bad for Drake because after he dropped For the Dogs, he was like, I'm going on a hiatus. Can't. Nigga was trying to take a little sabbatical. Can't. Mm, mm.
he really was. And that's the
He
funny part. Like really people trying to come in when he really just was like, yeah, I'm chilling. I'm good. I ain't went on a nice little run. I'm about to chill. Y'all niggas got it. Do what y'all do. Drop, sell, stream, do what y'all do. I'm out. I'm out y'all way. Niggas is like, nah, man, fuck that nigga Drake. Nah, fuck that nigga, man. I don't like that man. I'm
First of
dropping
all,
dime, nigga.
regardless of if you a Drake fan or not, 94 niggas coming at him in 2 weeks
Yeah,
is
that's kind of
crazy.
crazy because
Especially when all 94 of these niggas got hits with Drake. Hits. I ain't talking about
yeah.
just random no, hits. Some of your biggest songs on your catalog is featuring him, and then all of you niggas formed a plebiscite and came together and was like, this what we gonna do, because I'm sick of this nigga. Were you sick of this nigga when you was cashing them checks that you got from the hit that he gave you? Wild.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting because literally everybody worked with him is basically the one beefing. However, with that being said, obviously if he work with these people, he know these people, he has relationships with these people. M- My question is also, what did this nigga do to make all them niggas mad? Like, did you do
He just fucked they hoes. That's all, that's that. That's light skinned nigga shit, nigga. You know better than anybody. That's light skinned nigga shit. You just fucked up. He just fucked they hoes. That's all that is. And regardless of anything else, as much as I love a good Rick Ross and Drake Bop and many of the other people he's worked with who are beefing with him now, Future, y'all niggas need to work it out. We not just gonna let that die. No, you niggas need to talk.
yeah, they
Somebody needs
made
to get you niggas on.
some
Somebody,
classics together.
nigga, they made some movements in the culture. You niggas need to work it out. Y'all need to get on the phone and have a conversation and get rid of that ego and work it out, because the summer is coming.
Well, this summer is gonna be a not like us summer, and people crip walking on Drake name.
Yeah,
That's
this
what's
nigga is
about to be
this summer is
happening.
definitely gonna be an OV ho summer. This is
Yeah.
that's what this is gonna be.
If I was at this point, I feel like
Mm-mm-mm.
he should just be like, "Y'all got it, man. I'm about to go to Turks. Y'all got it."
I mean,
Like,
just go to Turks, bro. Your royalties is crazy at this point.
right? Because you making money off the songs that you did drop. Your fans still playing those, you know.
Nigga,
So
I
I
be playing
mean,
controller like it just came out
oh,
every time
that,
it come on.
yep, that's true. He'll be okay.
He'll be
Drake ain't
fine.
going nowhere.
He's had a hell of a run, and I don't really know anyone else who can have a 15-year run like that because
Right.
Hove had that run too, but like not dropping something every year. Unless I'm missing something. Was he
No, he
dropping something every
was. He was
single?
dropping every year. He
Okay,
was.
well, shit. I
So
mean, being up there with
from
Hove is very
right,
admirable.
no,
Like,
so from I want to say damn, was it from really reasonable doubt to shit, probably Blueprint 2. He was dropping every year. He was dropping every
so that's
year.
like 15 years.
And it wasn't 15 years, it was
That
probably like
Drake been 15 years though. Like
man,
if you talking about so far gone to like 15, this like
he didn't drop every year in the beginning,
no,
but in the tens, he definitely it seemed like he didn't drop something like every fucking year, like at some point. And if he skipped a year, one of the years he dropped 2 or 3 projects or something. So yeah, he been dropping. So the other that one song 616, like that has so many like meanings to
absolutely.
the title, things that he said within the song. Like the title was Father's Day in Canada, a scripture in the Bible that basically in a nutshell said God don't like liars. And
And
Tupac birthday.
yes,
And I think, well, was it something else? Am I missing something? I feel like it
I
was
know those were the main ones.
okay. But yeah, Kendrick been late because he being a nerd about this on top of being a just fierce battle rapper. He rapping so many Easter eggs in everything that he's dropping. On top of that, it's just
Yes.
like,
Yes.
yeah, this shit.
Absolutely.
He's making Aubrey look like the lesser MC right now, and that's definitely. I mean, like Drake, not like Drake, whatever your stance is, it's like I'm a hip hop guy, number one. I've been listening to it my whole life and I've witnessed a lot of battles. This one has seemed like it crossed a lot of lines I haven't seen battles cross. Because one thing that um I've never really seen too tough in any battles, especially 90s ones or even early 2000s. Kids weren't getting pulled into them too
No,
often.
no, no. In fact, like those are definitely fighting words. Like if you pulling kids into it, you're
Right.
gonna have to catch a fade, like a fade's fade.
And I mean, shit, niggas was catching fades without saying that in the 90s. So, I mean, shit, this is egregious. Like the stuff that Kendrick is saying is just wow. I mean, both of them saying wow shit. Like even with the stuff that Drake just put out, which I will give him this to try to, be clever like Kendrick. The sample for this one is an Aretha Franklin song that is basically, I think the name of it is Prove It. So he's basically sneaking that in there. Like, if you're saying I'm doing all these things, then where's the receipts? Where's proof? Which I will say, as cool as all these Kendrick songs sound, how the Not Like Us and Meet the Grounds, all of
Euphoria,
that.
yeah.
The beats are dope. He's rapping. If you're a hip hop fan, you're enjoying it for that part of the craft. But if it's all nothing and it's all bullshit as far as like what the information is, like, how did you win? like that's the only thing. But obviously, the things that we do know that it's hard for him to like really rebut or defend himself on is anything with the pedophile allegations because he has been known to talk to underage women.
Allegedly.
So, you know,
Allegedly.
allegedly, allegedly,
No, allegedly. This
allegedly.
nigga said, this nigga keeps saying,
But no, seriously, yeah, it's been a really interesting battle. It is not over. I
mhm.
don't think it's over. I feel like the revenue that these streams have drove, the people that's telling them to keep making songs are not gonna stop telling them to keep making more songs.
Correct.
I mean, you can say what you want to say, and Mr. Kendrick is so righteous, this, that, and third. He's still on a label and he's still an employee. So,
And he's
um,
still human. Like,
yeah,
he's still human. He has his stuff too.
yeah.
So, like, I think when I try to present a diplomatic point of view, people automatically assume that I'm on Drake's side. And again, I don't make it a secret that I'm a fan of Drake. But if you're going to talk about this, talk about it diplomatically. Like, talk like if you're going now, if you just want to be biased, I'm cool with you being biased, but just like let it be known that you biased so that I don't even try to bring forth any type of equilibrium to the situation. Because if you're gonna be biased, nothing matters what I say, no matter how logical it is. You're just like, yeah, but fuck that nigga. Okay, all right. If that's where you're at, cool, coolio. I'm not gonna continue to engage with you because why? But if you want to have a diplomatic conversation where you are trying to present an unbiased point of view, we can do that.
Yeah, I
So,
agree.
like, yes, there needs to be proof of said allegations, and really, there needs to be proof of that on both ends. There's been talk of some of Kendrick's happenings in the past. That's a situation in which there needs to be a very credible witness, preferably the victim, to step up in that circumstance to, either confirm or deny said allegations. And then on Drake's end, then yeah, there needs to also be, someone to step up and confirm or deny said allegations. Because if niggas could just, go outside and just start lying on each other, is this battle rap or is this just a bunch of niggas just being catty?
Man, they already using lipo and Ozempic in the bars. That's already sus as it is on the end of whoever's doing it, and the fact that it has to even be said. So we're in
Boy,
a different era.
we definitely are. Give me an Olympic prescription because this shit is just not coming off. So get me one if you got the hookup. Um,
Hey, this one here. I mean,
Lordy.
Oprah out here looking like she ain't even 70 or whatever the hell, because I think she is about 70,
Yeah, she
damn
is. And
near.
she said, forget Weight Watchers. You, I still had to work for that. Let me go over here where I can still get my carrot cake on. And I'm not mad at you. Because unfortunately, we're in a society where we still want to we want to have instant gratification on both ends. We want to
Mhm.
instantly gratify ourselves with food, and we want to instantly gratify ourselves with weight loss, or not even. Let me not say that. It's not that we want to instantly gratify ourselves with weight loss. We just want that same metabolism from when niggas was 7, and you could eat
Yeah.
whatever you wanted and then
Uh,
still wake up and be fine.
that was so great.
Like when if anybody is listening is an 80s or very early 90s baby, when we said I don't want to grow up, I'm a Toys R Us kid, we meant that. We
We
meant
were
that.
serious. I think
We were dead
we
ass.
were dead ass, but
We were.
time did not listen because it was like, nah, nigga. We're gonna
Time don't
hit you
listen to
with
no
some
damn body.
Columbine in 1999. We're gonna hit you with the fucking Twin Towers falling in 2000. Like, man, we had to grow up, man. The world just got crazy on our asses. But that's a whole nother conversation. But definitely a preview of what's to come. The Culture of Foolishness podcast, which this is also that. But to wrap things up, this has thus far been a really crazy battle. That's probably the
And
understatement of
there's
the
more to
year,
come.
and there's
Like,
more to come.
at the rate these niggas going, there might be something that dropped after we get off the phone.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised as when we cut this off, it's already somebody saying something else. The way this shit been going, but we'll definitely be back with the season finale of BMS should be next week since they took a break. So we'll be back with that.
And
And
we'll be starting the Shy.
yes, we will. And the Cultural Foolishness podcast will be coming honestly in the next week or two. So I'll get some announcements on that. So everything is coming. We will be in your face way more. And hopefully you're enjoying thus far. And we will be back. This has been Culture Foolishness. I am Creed of Exodus Studios and ArchitectsMars.com, and my co-host is
Coach, Tamara Simone, your favorite life coach's favorite life coach. If you know, you know.
Peace, peace. We will be back next week.